get stuck in this rut, they should do what Lauren and I did.
So we're going to the graveyard.
I said, let's walk down these aisles and see a name that we like. Joe, you won't believe what we found, man.
We can travel around the world. We can have new homes.
I know you want more. We can make things happen. We can make it a better world. Come on, Joe, get up.
No response. There's 2 dates on there. There's a birth date and a death date. The interesting thing is between every one of those birth dates and death dates, every single one of them, there's a dash. The question is, what are you going to do with the dash? Keep growing. I believe in you.
Hey, good evening, everyone. We want to welcome you guys into our special session this evening. What are you going to do with the Dash Challenge Achiever session? As you guys know, we always introduce a challenge in order to challenge everybody to take their business to the next level. And as you can see on the screen, this is the challenge criteria. It's a 90-day time frame challenge where we're going to track what everyone is doing with their business. First criteria is you're going to purchase 3 tickets into our international convention, Icon 2023, coming up in Greensboro, North Carolina. You're going to personally sponsor 3 qualified unfranchised owners who are set up on unfranchised auto ship. In other words, they're set up for success. You're going to create 3,000 BV from personal use and or customer orders, which is fantastic because, as everybody knows, we're always focused on building out base 10, a solid customer base, people ordering consistently from us. And you're also going to create 300 IBV in the US, and in Canada, 275 IBV. And you're going to listen or watch in at least 1 JR audio or video each and every week. And I'm joined tonight by Vice President with Market America, Jim Winkler. And we also have some special guests on the line with us here tonight who have already achieved this challenge, right, Jim?
Yeah, we do. We have with us Brett Portelli, who many of you have seen on stage and have followed on social media and his growth as an unfranchised owner. And we have Allison Abbott with us, Cullen, as well, who again, many of you are familiar with these two because they are making it happen. Allison's a professional. Are you still professional, Allison, or have you jumped to supervising yet?
I'm still professional.
That won't be for long, I'm sure. That won't be for long. But yeah, we've got 2 of our absolute superstars with us, and it is great to have the 2 of you with us. Oh, I got to stop my screen share. That's why that's going on. There we
pop
go.
up a little bigger for us. There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Cullen. I couldn't, I was wondering where everybody was, and I was hoping people could see each other. So, but it is great to have you guys here with us. And as I said, I can tell you from a corporate standpoint, we're so proud of what you're doing, the way you're leading, the way you get out. Leaders in our business have always been people who make it happen by doing it. And it's not telling people to do it. It's not what you did. It is absolutely doing it. And you 2 do that. As I watched that video of JR, I just sat there and, you get a little tear in your eyes. You think about what he's talking about. But I also thought how proud he would be to have you 2 on here with us.
Let's go. Let's go. I love that. Definitely the God bumps popping up on my arms. That video is hot off the press. Everybody should just watch that every morning for a minute to get your morning rolling, right? But hey, let's start with asking you guys a question, and we'll start with you, Allison, and let ladies go first. But why did you make the commitment to go for the what are you going to do with the Dash Challenge?
Well, good question. I think, and thank you so much for allowing us to be here and to share and welcome everybody who's on. We can't see everybody, but welcome everyone. I think anytime any challenges are put out, my thought is to go for it. So I think that's always my thought process on it is just, try to stretch yourself, try to achieve something. I love working towards a goal. So when this was set out, I thought, okay, let's just get to work on it. And that's really my mindset around it.
Love that. Love it. And Brett, how about you? Same question, buddy.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys allowing us to be here. We're very thankful for that. And same as Al, it's just, you see a challenge, it's just, goal oriented, you want to do it, of course. And then at the same time, it's JR Ridinger, everything that this man has put forth for us to be here in the, to even be here. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, like, make sure I want to do this, just for him, everything he symbolized, just put that next stone next to his name sort of thing. It was kind of like that mentality.
A lot of the people that may be on with us don't know you guys as well as we do. So Allison, tell a little bit about your background and how you started with the company as well. I think that there's a lot of people who'd love to hear that. I mean, you both have a champion's mentality, but how did it start with Market America?
For sure, for sure. So for me, I'm from the Philadelphia area, and I have a long career in the restaurant industry. So I've been working in that industry since about 17 years old, and worked my way through college, got a degree in teaching, but just took a different path and helped somebody grow their company for about 15 years. And I got a lot of great experience. I thought I'll go out and do it on my own. And I own 4 pizza shops. And about 5 years into that, I just felt really starting to burn out. I was working 80 hours a week. I was always on call, and I just wanted to find a way to be able to gracefully exit that business and leave it in good hands. And so I started looking at a lot of different options, and somebody who worked for me actually approached me about the business. He said, you should take a look at my business. You should meet my business partner. And that's when I got introduced to Drayton Hodo. And, I just like really connected with him really well. I immediately liked him. I think, drop a 1 in the chat if you immediately connected with and love D. I think he has really helped all of us grow, but for me especially, my sponsor's no longer in the business, but that's the beautiful thing about our business. Everyone's personally sponsored, and he has helped mentor me every step of the way for the past 5 years and pushed me to grow. And that's kind of where it started, and I've learned so much from Brett. It's funny, we were joking before the call, and I said, I'm just going to say I learned everything from you. And it's true. It's really, really true. So we're blessed. So thank you.
Oh, that's great. What I love the most is, as you were saying, what a great guy. Put a 1 in there. Drayton Hodo put a 1 in there for himself while I was doing it. It made me laugh out loud. I love Drayton. It's good. But you know what I love? I love your team culture you guys have put together. And, Allison, I want to give you your accolades. You're one of the top sponsoring unfranchised owners in the world and building. So as you keep doing that, what you're putting in place right now is going to be something that's only going to continue to grow and only continue to get bigger and do some special things for you and your family for the rest of your life. So that work you're putting in, you sound like you're a hard worker if you were working 80 hours a week in what you were doing in the restaurant industry. Boy, you put half of that into here, and it's going to be a life you dream of for the rest of your life. And that's great. Brett, give us a little background.
Absolutely. And I will say, getting to work with Allison every day is a blessing as well. It's amazing. So for those I haven't had the pleasure to meet, I started, my background was, I was 19 years old. I was in school, and I didn't really have money, know-how, or credibility. So when I saw this, I was like, well, D, I don't really shop. And he's like, well, it might be something for the future. So I said, you know what, like, what's the worst thing that happens? So, went to an event, went to Greensboro, North Carolina, and kind of just saw everything that it could potentially be. And then you soon realize that, hey, working 60, 70 hours a week, as I was doing coming out of school, it's not what I want to do. I want to make sure that, I'm a provider, but also have the time freedom to be there for the family. And that's really what it's about. And my younger sister, she's on the spectrum. So knowing that she would need extra time, not just finances, that was always a motivating drive to build a business that allows you the finances, but also the time when you need it as well. So here we are today.
Great.
Love that. So as you guys were going for the challenge, once you guys committed and you're going for the challenge, and then as we all know, everyone has some different obstacles that come up, and some it's maybe a mental one. Some people on the line, it's a mental one. It's like, man, I sponsor 3 people or 3,000 BV between me and my customers. But whether it was mental or physical, any life challenges, any obstacles that have come up, because, you know, everybody thinks that people that hit the challenge have no challenges that come up in our life. And so everything's obviously perfect. But for you, as you committed and went for it, was there any challenges or obstacles that have come up where you're like, I don't know if I'm going to hit it, but at the same token, you were just staying focused, staying the course? Allison, yeah, we'll go with you first.
Ladies first.
Me first. Okay. Well, I think, you know, it wouldn't be life if there weren't challenges, you know, that's just life. There's always going to be challenges. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about working with a team. You know, they're there to really pick you up on days when it's hard to keep going. And, you know, just consistency, just like really being very, very consistent. I think that's the beautiful thing about this business. It's not one big epic thing that's going to change your business. It's just small, simple, tiny things that you do daily to move the business forward, to move your mindset forward, and to help move the team forward. So, of course, you know, there's always challenges, but that's why you got to, you know, just follow JR, be one every day. You know, you have to start with the attitude and knowledge and growing your mindset and just like really being bigger than your challenges. So that's what I would say about that.
Agreed. I mean, just to piggyback everything that Allison just said, I mean, just to add to it, it would just be, you know, find an accountability partner, and associations are so key. The challenges are, you know, they're always going to be there, but once you look at it as like, this is a part of life, like Allison mentioned, we're going to become bigger than our problems. We're going to become bigger than our challenges, find solutions. You know, take a deep breath, take a step back and say, hey, when something happens, I'm going to find 2 or 3 potential ways to get around this, and I'm going to associate up and I'm going to move forward. And if you start your day that way, as things come up in your life, you'll know that you're going to push through and follow through. And that's really what it is.
It's great. Do you guys have anything special you do when you start the day each morning to sort of get in the, I'm a big believer in, if you're building your business and you're building hard like you guys are, there's a mindset to it. You know, is there anything, and Allison, we'll go back to you ladies first, but anything you do in the morning that gets you going right away to be in the right mindset to build this?
Definitely. And Brett and I are probably going to have a very similar answer to this, because it's something that we really do just like preach and duplicate to the team. But, you know, just starting every day with gratitude. We do a gratitude stack of things that we're grateful for. You got to have your vision statement and your goals. You know, you have to read them every single day. I have a recording of mine just for those extra special days when I need to hear myself in a peak state. I have to listen to myself saying it sometimes. Audios every day. We're on a 100 days of Market America audios leading into the Icon event. So that's been really fun, just sharing our notes on that. And just, you know, daily method of operation, you know, every single day you have to have conversations, reach out to people, but definitely starts with the mindset. So every day there is sort of a systematic regimen just for your mindset.
Now with the audios, let me ask you a question. I'm sorry, Colin, if you want to jump in.
No, I don't know if everybody caught it, but I think I caught it. Now, you said you have an audio of yourself. Is that what you said? So like you have an audio of yourself,
Yeah.
and in a peak state though, like, I mean, right?
Yeah, I learned this from Brett.
Oh my gosh.
Not enough to just have it written down. You have to like record yourself in a peak state, speaking your goals, speaking your affirmations, speaking your vision statement. It's powerful, especially on days, you know, I mean, just we're humans. You're gonna wake up some days and you're not gonna feel like it. And so you just have to like sort of program your mind to just, you know, snap into that peak state.
Yeah, and when you hear your own voice saying it, you're sort of like, it could sort of beat you back up to like, man, I sound good on that. What's wrong with me today? I got to get going again. I'm a big believer in that, Allison. I'm glad you guys do that. But back to the audios, you said you're on 100 days of audios. Now, is this 100, everybody's listening to the same thing, or is it any audio you listen to? Brett may be listening to a different one. Someone else could be listening to a different one. How do you have it set up?
No, right now we kind of put out a challenge. Actually, Dee put it out at a Ocean City event, our Mideast regional event, and he said let's do 100 days of Market America audio. So we kind of all been listening to the same one. It's great because we, you know, share our notes on it and we talk about it. It always comes up during the course of the day. We'll be talking to guests, we'll be talking to each other, and we'll be like, oh, that was in the audio earlier today. So it's pretty cool.
Great. Brett, how about you? I know it may be similar, but how do you get that day going to get you in the right mindset for building?
Can I just say same answer? No. I mean, it's literally verbatim. It's, I have a whiteboard. I can't turn my computer, but there's literally a whiteboard with like the goals, the vision statement, the gratitude, things to do. What we were just talking about this last night on one of our calls. One thing that really helps is, visualizing. We all have a why, or you have a vision statement, goal statement, whatever you want to call it. But if you can really pinpoint specifically the pain in your life that's immediate, something that you really need to get out of, like that was always a driving force, where it's like, what's that initial immediate, like I need to change this aspect of my life, and then quantify it into the business, where it's amount of reach outs, amount of phone calls, amount of whatever it needs to be. This way, everything that you're doing every day has purpose and meaning behind it, because it's going towards your freedom, or it's going towards, paying off a debt, or paying off, putting retirement fund in place. So as you act, it doesn't become, it can become mundane, but it also has a meaning behind, mastering the mundane. And that's something that's always helped.
That's really good. I think sometimes those pain points are some of the most important things to get you moving, don't you? I mean, there's a great, Damon John wrote a book called The Power of Broke. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to read it, but he talks a lot about a lot of people because of pain points. That's what got them started to greatness, because of what they wanted to eliminate that.
I think those are huge tips, because anytime, and you guys said it, as you're hanging out with people that are challenging us to play at a higher level, and we've got the accountability thing happening, but we're listening to the audio. So we're vibrating at a higher level. As we start to reach out to some people, they can feel that. A lot of people don't think it works, so therefore they won't do it. And then of course they never experience the results, because it's so simple, but yet just leveling up energetically. And people are like, it's the same thing at like when we do moving up seminars, and Jim's out there and he's training everybody, and then we jump on and we do our call workshop, and it's like, how can you only, how can you make that many calls and set so many appointments? And you guys know, because your team is big into the moving up stuff, but in the end you get very few even what is it or knows. And yet you go, how does that even really happen? As a group, everybody was vibrating at a higher level energetically and positive, and knowing their why and their goal statement, and then boom, make the call, right? So everything just had to flow like that. And I think a lot of people are trying to do things on their own, which is going to be super challenging, right? Yeah.
Let's talk about Icon. We've got, how many days would you say we're away? And you two know for sure. That's why I'm asking you. I wanted to hear you say, because I know you have a countdown on how many days exactly we're away from Icon. We're about 88 days. Is that right? 80.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
we have I know while Lisa's on right now, we have a countdown going. So
you've got the countdown going. So let me ask you, and Allison, we'll start with you. Brett, I'm sorry, I'm putting you in the tough position on this, always having to go second, but so what are you doing? Obviously I know you're going, but what are you doing to get your new people there, or to get some people there who maybe couldn't make leadership school? What are the things you're doing to get more of your team there with you for this?
Good question. So of course I'm going. It's 85 days, and thank you, Walis. Huge shout out, because he's been putting together these reels. We've been sharing them throughout the team, and people sharing stories of like why you should really go. And I think that's key. We just are talking about it nonstop, every day, all the time, every call, talking about the event, the importance of the event, every coring that we do on Sundays, all the time doing it throughout the week. Our team weekly meetings that we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays is just constantly pushing the event, just nonstop, and the importance of it, and getting people excited about it, and alleviating some of their concerns. Everybody has different concerns when it comes to events. Some of them are trying to, overcome obstacles and challenges with work and family and the time off, just helping people come up with solutions. Some people are just nervous. I'll be honest with you. I was really nervous to go to my event. The first big event I ever went to was Greensboro 2018. And I was like, I have not traveled without my husband. I've never been on a bus with 50 strangers. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't want to go for those reasons, just fear the unknown. So just kind of like really taking people into like, what's the event going to look like, what it's going to feel like, using a lot of, obviously the audios, the videos that you guys have for us that we can kind of leverage, and just, making it like it's going to be a great experience, and just letting people know that it's going to be powerful, it's going to be life-changing, and you just have to be there to experience it. And I think the most important thing you can do to get people there is just help them come up with solutions, and be relentless. This is why we talk about it nonstop. And we even say that to people. We even say, I'm going to keep talking about it, and then you might hate me, but you're not going to hate me once you get there. And once you have that experience and you have that life-changing event. So
they're going to love you after they get there.
exactly.
26 plus years of promoting people going to these major events. And I would say I've had some people who I irritated greatly to get there. But they've never once come back and said, oh, I can't believe you made me go to this. It was horrible. But you get people who their lives change, right? It's a whole new world. Brett, what about you? What are you doing? And why should UFOs attend Icon? What's the big thing for them? What are they coming away with?
No, for sure. I think everything that Allison said is right on point. And one of the toughest things is in the beginning, it's like there's two types of UFOs, right? It's us before an event and then us after an event.
Yeah.
And before an event, you don't even know what the business is. You may be dabbling a little bit, and then you come to the event and you realize, oh my goodness, like this is real. There's real people from all different walks of life that can make this happen at all different levels of success. And the biggest light bulb can go off where someone can be in that room and all they have to say is, I can do that too. And then everything changes for them. And for us and for anyone on this call, whether this is your first event or you just know that an event can change someone's life. Not that day, but it changes the trajectory for sure. And that's something that's extremely special because it's done it for everyone, like for the four of us and others on this call. It's like that it changed our life, like the trajectory. It gave us the ability to have hope again, to see like, oh my goodness, there's a way out. And for anyone that's a first timer, I can't tell you specifically what you're going to get. But if I can summarize it in one word, it's hope. And that hope can be whatever you want this business to be, it can become if you believe in yourself and you believe in the team that you're surrounded with.
Love that. 100% hope. That's what it's all about, right? And then hope transferring into belief. At some point in the weekend, all of a sudden we're like, okay, get out of my way, which is awesome. So, all right, we're going to circle back. We're going to go to Brett on this one first. He's going to take a look. She's like, go second. Brett's like, finally, I can say something original without saying it's the same thing that Allison's saying. But what is one lesson that, if you had to pick one, but what would be the one or top lesson that you learned from JR that has positively impact your life and or of course, your business then?
One, he's oh my goodness. The power of belief and identity. I think on a personal basis, a lot of times we're programming, if I had to summarize it. And what I mean by that is a lot of times I've come into the business and my programming was wrong. It was based off of employee trade time for money. I'm only worth a certain amount. Maybe my life isn't destined for greatness at a higher level. I had really negative thought patterns, and he was quite frankly one of the first people that, when I was sitting there and he was doing his closing and just said, you can make a decision, you can become more, and just went off on the power of identity and all that stuff. And it revolutionized this could potentially be something. And that's why I said hope before, because it really made me feel wow, I can become something more than being always told I would be average. And I don't know if anyone else on the phone, on the call can relate to that, but I've been told that way too many times in my life up until that point. And that was the first time where someone said, you don't have to be average, you can be great, and you just need to take the first step. And that transferred a trajectory. Didn't happen, when I turned 20. But it planted that seed that was able to grow. And that's why I believe everyone should come to the events always, because I would take that away from somebody. I don't want to be that person.
Oh, that was
So
great,
great.
Brett, and so accurate.
100%. Allison, how about you?
See, I don't know if I can follow that. Well, I along with what Brett says, definitely I agree with all of that. And I just think, you know, JR just has that ability to make you believe bigger, faster, you know, and I think that's the number one lesson I always come back to from him is just like, you have to believe bigger for your life and faster, you know, and you look at what he accomplished and what he did. And when you listen to the audios, especially some of the older audios, it's insane. Like it is insane what he pulled off. And like using computers in a way, like way back when, 25, 30 years ago, that people weren't even using computers like that. Like there was no internet. It's just mind-boggling to me. And it's something I heard on an audio the other day that he said, you know, we started climbing up the mountain and then we got really scared. Then we realized it was Everest, and then we realized we couldn't go back down the mountain. So we just kept going, got to the top and skied down the other side. And I think it's true for all of us. You know, you start down this path of entrepreneurship and changing your life in so many ways, and you do get scared along the way. And you do think, oh, I don't know, it's not working, or I'm not good enough, or all those negative thought patterns that Brett mentioned. And I think it's just, you know, really staying the course and really being true to what you set out to do and locking arms with the people that you work with and just, you know, keeping that belief going. So, man, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, he is. And that belief that he, you know, the belief that he talked about is the belief he had in every one of us in what we could do and who we could be. And that's what he was like. He used to say, I wish I could grind up a little piece of my brain and you could take it like a pill, like a supplement, and it would go in you. And all of a sudden you'd be, because that's what the way he was always thinking and doing. And it's beautiful that you guys remember him that way. And, you know, of course, it'll be our first icon where we won't have him, and he'll be remembered dearly there. And his teachings will always, for the rest of our lives, be part of what we do at this company, because those principles will stay so true to the foundation of everything we do. And all three of you live that, by the way, which is really wonderful.
Hey, and I got one last question. I was just thinking about as you guys were answering that about JR, but you guys have obviously over the past number of months been in some close, tight-knit sessions with Lauren Reitinger. And so kind of the same question around Lauren, because, you know, you guys sitting there hanging out. A lot of people would see like you guys in New York or you guys are down in Miami as a team. But what a lot of people don't know or may not realize is that wasn't just like, hey, come hang out. It was like, hit this challenge again. Yeah. And as you hit the challenge, like we're going to talk, and then we're going to talk about leveling up and go to the next level. But in that time that you guys have been able to spend with Lauren, and I know obviously Mark's been there as well, Andrew Weissman, a few of them, but what would be the top nugget that you guys have taken from, you know, one of those experiences? And we'll go back to Brett again to give Allison a chance to think for a second. Brett, on the spot, let's go.
No, there's a lot. Like first and foremost, it's really difficult. I mean, she's an amazing woman. I mean, her ability to speak life into like similar, like I just remember being there on multiple occasions, and just the ability to speak life into you and to see the good in you, and people act in accordance to how you see them. And she always would see people for greater than what they saw in themselves. And she would always, you know, send it back to JR, but it was like very, very meaningful to see that and witness that as someone that has accomplished so much, still have that ability to pull the best out of people. And to it's special to know that we're under her leadership.
Agreed.
Love it. And Allison, how about you?
Definitely. I'd agree with that. It's just, I mean, being around her and the proximity is power. And you're right. There was a lot of challenges in place to be able to even be rewarded with that special time. So it definitely did not come without hard work from the entire team. But you just see the power of, you know, what her and JR created. and the power of his influence on her life. And she's so equipped to be able to take this company to the next level because of the constant like mentorship and in his programming and his belief in her. And I couldn't agree more with Brett. Like literally, she's just amazing at speaking life into people and just making you believe bigger in yourself. And I think that she just had the best mentor ever. And she just is now taking everything that JR built and taking it now to the next level, which is what you want for anyone you mentor, is how to see them just surpass you and grow and take your dream and let it flourish even more. So it's really special to be around her, and we're very grateful for the time.
Yeah. Colin and I were on a call with her the other day, and I don't remember the exact words, Colin, but it was pretty much my whole focus in my life is fulfilling JR's dream of where he wanted this to go. What a statement to say,
Right.
And to see her doing that. It's a very, very, very tough year, and to be able to do that and always put the unfranchised owners first, because she wants to make sure, just as JR did, that they're taken care of. So it's going to be a special icon. It's going to be great. And I agree with both of you. We need to do everything we can to get every person there. No UFO left behind. Let's get them to the event and, make the most of it. It has been an absolute pleasure having you on. Cullen, did you have any other questions for them, or do you guys have any questions? We can't give you any of the top secret nuggets, but we can tell you, I know Allison was starting to go there, so I cut her off. We can tell you it is going to be a special event. There's going to be some great announcements, great things coming out, as there always are. But I think we've got some things really lined up that everyone who's there is going to come out. And I think Brett said it, you go in as one person, you are going to come out on fire. I'm going to tell people, book a lot of appointments when you walk out of there, because everyone you talk to, it's going to be like go time. So it'll be good. But there's been about, I think 35 people have hit the challenge so far. You guys were two of the first ones to be able to hit that in the world. So congratulations on your achievement and by leading by example.
Absolutely. It's been amazing. Way to go, guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you.
Appreciate your time, and thank you for allowing us to be here. So.
That's great. Well, good. Have a great rest tonight. We will see you everyone soon. And if I'm you guys, I'd use this replay for some of the people thinking about going to Icon, because you got two of the best telling you why they're getting there. So, all right, everyone, take care and have a great rest of your evening.
Bye, guys. See you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
People get stuck in this rut. They should do what Lauren and I did.
So we're going to the graveyard.
I said, let's walk down these aisles and see a name that we like. Joe, you won't believe what we found, man.
We can travel around the world. We can have new homes.
I know you want more. We can make things happen. We can make it a better world. Come on, Joe, get up.
No response. There's 2 dates on there. There's a birth date and a death date. The interesting thing is, between every one of those birth dates and death dates, every single one of them, there's a dash. The question is, what are you going to do with the dash? Keep growing. I believe in you.